Well, hello. Sorry if it's a crazy time. I know it is sometimes. And that's just how it goes with me, you know. So I intended to go this morning. But this morning was like chop, 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 so much done. I wasn't here yesterday. I apologize for that. I'll get into that in just a minute. But we've had a doozy of a day, and I can't wait to tell you about it. Not a bad day, just a doozy day. Because I'll tell you right now, yesterday I was sick as a dog. Oh my gosh. I woke up, I didn't feel quite right. Something was wrong. I didn't know. Yeah. That's what I did. Yeah. Yeah, like tons of times. And I was like, what's going on? And then a little while later, again, tons of times. Like 9 to be exact each time. And then the last time in the trash can, the second trash can, again. And I was like, what the heck? And then everywhere else, and kept getting in the bath and just trying to get all set. I guess I had the flu. It had to be like a bacterial something or just a quick flu because I only had it for the day. I slept a lot yesterday. That was really helpful. I couldn't hardly function. I couldn't lift up my hands. I could pick up the phone and push the microphone so I could quickly say a message, but that usually took too much energy. That tells you how sick I was. But boy, am I excited that I'm back at it today and I feel like normal. It's all good, right? So after I was sick yesterday, I even had to send the kids to church without me because there was no way I could do that. No way. And it was just a rough day. It was just so horrible. Then today, I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? My son, I couldn't find him anywhere, so I had to call the police looking for him. He says he was at home, but mysteriously he came in a little while after that, so I don't really know. But I started doing laundry, all the stuff that was ruined, and had a lot to catch up on, and got the house all ready because there was just a lot of things that needed to happen. And we were having the housekeepers come today, and I was so excited. I've been getting more and more help and trying to figure out how to get this mess under control because it has not been easy, I can tell you that much. And I took my 2 boys to go see the doctor today, and I took them to lunch afterwards because I'm such a bad mom, right? But I like to do that. I think when you take your kids to the doctor, or whether it's an eye doctor, dental, or physical, whatever kind of doctor, or if you even take them in for a mental health checkup, or just any time that you have to do something where they have to express themselves and get out of their comfort zone, it's so good to take them because it's like a comfort. It's a comfort for them just to have that reassurance afterwards that what they said was okay and what we did was okay, so that they just feel better. So I'm a real big advocate on that you just should do that with your kids. So that's what I did. And then it was kind of fun because when I got here, I forgot my daughter had said she was going to come over. She'd had her doctor's appointment today earlier, and she came over, so I got to hang out with her for a while, and that was a lot of fun. And my grandson, they play with the kids. They have such a good time. And then she had called my other daughter-in-law and had her come over. So then she ended up coming over, and that was awesome. Just having their company was good. And my daughter-in-law, she's so cute. She did my hair. Isn't it fun? I don't know how to do it like this, but I'm going to try. She gave me some tips. So I don't know. We'll see if I can swing it. She does. Her hair always looks amazing. She's so darling. We're just so lucky to have her. She's such a sweetheart. We all just love her. But just hanging out with her and doing girl stuff, and then playing with her baby because she has 2 kids, and it's just fun to get together as girls. And it made me remember how important it is to do that, because this is really the only girl time I get, because most of my followers are girls, and definitely the only ones that comment are girls, not really guys. So this is open for guys or girls. I don't really care as long as you're appropriate with your comments. But just that girl time, you know how it is when we just bond and we connect and we just have a good time together. So that's what I did today, and that was really fun. I just say, sorry, I don't know if this light's good, whatever. I just say today was a woozy because I couldn't believe I was even able to function after yesterday. Yesterday was so bad, knocked me off my feet all day long. And like I said, till 2 o'clock in the morning, I was able to do a little bit, but I was still kind of wasted because, you know, I didn't eat all day yesterday and then I didn't eat today till lunchtime. So I went a long time without food, but I couldn't stomach I couldn't stomach anything. Everything sounded disgusting. You know how it is when you're sick. But oh, I'm so glad that's over with. The kids say that they all had this while we were in New York. It went through them all. I knew they were sick, but I didn't know they had this kind of sickness, and I felt really bad because I wasn't here for them. But it's the kind where you just lay down and die, or you just, what I mean by that is you just lay down and just sleep all day. You know, you can't do anything else. So I feel bad if that goes through your house too, because it's not fun. But I've really enjoyed reading all the comments. You guys are so sweet. You say such nice things. And, you know, when I had a comment, somebody private messaged me a comment about how do I stay upbeat and motivated when the kids constantly do the same thing over and over. And I say, you know what, I'll tell you what, that's one of the hardest things because it is like a merry-go-round, right? And we've already rode this ride over and over and over, and it gets old that... yeah, so definitely sleep is definitely what the doctor orders a lot of times. But, you know, when you have these kids and they make the same, you know, you just clean the room and the same mess is there. Or you just clean the bathroom and it's a mess again. Like, you know, here I'll pay for a housekeeper and the next thing I know it looks just like it did before they came. And you're just going, what the heck? And I don't know how I do it. I guess I do it one day at a time. And that's what I say. I just have my routines every day. I try to do the same thing every day to keep things consistent. And that really helps me to be able to not worry about yesterday, because I realize they're growing, we're all changing, that they're not there yet. And I have to stay positive, because to be depressed or sad is going to reflect on my kids, and they're going to be depressed and sad. And if I'm negative, then I'm just going to make a darkness over the whole house. You know how it is, like you could come in and you could go wash the dishes, just be like, I hate doing these dishes, it sucks. And you just throwing them in the thing and you're just washing them. Get away from me, I don't have time for you right now. I'm doing the dishes. Who wants that? Instead you're like, let's turn the music on, have a party. Hey, would you grab that plate for me? Hey, could you pick up those cups that fell on the floor? Hey, oh, look at the bubbles, here they are. How much more fun is it to have that mom than the negative mom, right? So that's what I really focused on, was that I don't like to be negative like that. It drains my energy anyhow. And then if I use the energy in a positive, upbeat way, that just makes me more positive and makes me more upbeat. So I really try to incorporate that in my day-to-day life and just try to reflect that onto my kids. I'm not always really good at it. Sometimes I have bad days and sometimes I'm not good at it. And that's just the way it goes, because I'm real, you know, I'm not fake. So that just is, but you know, when your kids are little, you know, they say you're kind of wasting your time to clean up after little kids, but I think it's important. That's one reason why I focus on the kitchen, and especially, yeah, sometimes you do have to ignore the mess. You're going to like this next one, because I do think that no matter what, even if you're in a bad day, it's worth wiping the bathroom down. Even if you're just doing a 5-minute wipe down, just spray everything and wipe it with some paper towels. I think that's good, just because it keeps the germs and bacteria down. That's why it's important to just load that dishwasher. If you could keep those two things under control, and sometimes I'll have the kids take baby wipes or like Lysol wipes, and I'll have them wipe the doorknobs on all the doors, because they get really dirty and that's where germs spread a lot, right? So those are the 3 things I would really concentrate and focus on, making sure if I'm just taking the day off. But those areas I like to have pretty clean, just so the germs don't spread. But you know, it's like that little saying that says, you know, cleaning the house while children are still growing is like shoveling the walk while it's still snowing. And I thought that's such a good point, because you do feel like you're just cleaning up for nothing, and it just goes over and over. And so, yeah, sometimes we have to take a day off, but what's wrong with cleaning the house once a week and making sure you give it a good vacuum and a good sweep and dust everything real good, and make sure your bed sheets are washed once a week or at least once a month, right? And then what's wrong with, just doing those, getting groceries once a week or once every other week? What's wrong with paying your bills once a week? What's wrong with, taking your family out for a fun outing? Plus you could do park days. There's just things that you can do to help your life be more exciting and happy so that you're not miserable. Because if you've chosen to be a stay-at-home mom, we should just be happy and enjoy our career, because what boss wants you to be there when all you're going to do is be grumpy and nagging, or where you give up and you just say, I quit? If we're the CEO of our home, then we're in charge, and that means we're in charge of the way things feel. And maybe you've gone into a I remember I used to go to this nail place, right? And I didn't really think about it at the time, but it was kind of dark and gloomy, and I didn't know till the girl I went to another shop, and her shop was bright and airy and pretty colors, and I was like, that's like night and day difference. Well, that's the same if you go to a doctor's office where they're not wiping the bathrooms down real good, or if they're not, keeping fresh in the entryway, in the place where you're in the waiting rooms. If they don't, you can tell when it's yucky and it's not clean. It's so much better, and you feel so much better when it's a clean environment. So it's kind of like that with the home. You don't have to have it picture perfect. They can have their kid toys on the floor. They can have their blankets left out from Fortnite, especially if it's a weekend or, vacation week like this week it kind of is at our house because the kids are off for Thanksgiving. But just letting them have that free time to just be kids doesn't mean we have to be, drill sergeant and make sure it's just like this. Some people are like that, and I feel bad for their kids, but if that's how they want things, then fine. For me, I'm kind of like, maybe I'm too wishy-washy, because there's times it's okay and there's times it's not okay. So it just depends on what you want to do with your family, and you really just have to make that decision. That's what you get to do, because you're in charge, right? I had this talk with my husband just the other day, because he's in charge of the bills, and he's in charge of, the maintenance on vehicles and things like that. Mine either. It might be for about 5 minutes sometimes, and that's about it. But I told him, you're in charge of the bills and the maintenance of the vehicles and whatever I need help with, whenever you're willing to help. But for the most part, I'm the CEO of this home and the discipline of the kids, and I just need you to back me up and not go against me, because sometimes that becomes a problem with the kids, is just trying to, they sometimes try to work one parent against the other, or I had already made the rule, but Dad overrode it because he said this, and I'm like, I can't do that. Fly Lady Cat's like, no, you got to say, because Dad has, Dad doesn't know the rules, so, he was trying to be nice, and that's real sweet of him, but I'm in charge, and he didn't know the rules were this. And then Dad's like, oh, you're right, I didn't know that. And then he corrects it really quick. So blah, blah, blah. That's just a lot of silliness. Just things that really do matter, but they will matter more as... Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It was good to see you, Heather. Take care. Yeah, so our job as parents and as people is just not easy, but if we just keep plugging along and find those things that bring us joy and make us happy, there really are the things that we should do. Just, if something's making you miserable, don't keep doing it. And I find that I get a lot of joy out of my kids, and they bring me a lot of joy, and I try to bring them a lot of joy. And they say I'm the best mom that you could ever imagine, and of all their friends' moms, they like me the best. So hey, I'll take it. Good thing they don't know any better, right? All right, so you guys have a great night. I hope to see you every day this week. Should be better. I'm not on that roller coaster anymore. I'm more on the uphill. Not even like the going like this. It's just up now. So we'll hopefully keep staying up. That'll be great. All right, so take care and have a good night. It's good to see you. Bye-bye.